everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite products from Amazon that I use for reselling. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Allison. I'm currently a full-time reseller on the platforms Poshmark Canada, eBay, Amazon, and Walmart, and I'm just sharing my journey here on YouTube. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, and if you like my content, please feel free to subscribe down below. All right, let's get started. I actually decided to film this video today because I'm actually going to be editing my Amazon storefront to include items that I use for Amazon and Walmart specifically, which are a bit different than Poshmark and eBay. So before I did that, I just wanted to share with you guys the items that I use most frequently when I am reselling on Poshmark and eBay. I will kind of include pictures here as we go, but I also leave a link to my Amazon storefront down below if you want to see the items. All right, these are in no particular order, but first up is a Office Star Resin multi-purpose rectangular table. Oh my goodness, the lighting. We're just gonna have to roll with it. The sun's going in and out of the clouds. But I actually have 3 of these tables right now. I have most of my setup down in the basement, and I use one of them to package and ship items. I use one of them to process items, so when I'm measuring them or putting them away in their bags that I'm storing them in. And then I use another one for kind of homeschool activities. So just find these really convenient way to kind of set up a little office for myself. So that's my first item. Next up is a pricing gun. This is the PEG price tag standard attacher tagging gun for clothing. I don't think this one is necessarily one that you need to have, especially right off the bat, but it does definitely come in handy. I've had a few times where I've had items new with tags, and for whatever reason I accidentally ripped the tag off or got snagged on something, and this is just a gun that you can attach the tag right back to the piece of clothing. Definitely comes in handy. I also use it for boutique items. So when I bring in wholesale clothing items that I'm self-branding with my own brand tags, I can attach the tags that way, and it's just super convenient. If you're selling any type of jewelry or small items, I really recommend these Organza bags. There's tons of different brands out there. This one is the brand Natalie. I've used so many different kinds of these bags. This is 3.5 by 4.5 inches, and they're just little cute bags that cinch at the top. You can tie a little bow, and it just keeps your delicate items safe when you are packaging them to send. Moving on, we have a tape measure. I definitely think everybody who is reselling needs a tape measure in their life. This is a body measuring tape for sewing, tailor, craft, cloth, tape measure. It's a very long name, but it's basically a measuring tape, and I use it all the time. I try and measure items when I get them listed, but I'm not always the best. However, I do always answer all questions when people have questions as far as sizing. Pit to pit, like armpit to armpit, is a very popular size request. Also the length of the garment, and they just come in very, very handy. I actually have a few of them. Okay, this next item is for shoes, specifically suede shoes. This is the Pedag Suede and Nuback Brush Kit. I did not get this right off the bat, but as my inventory grew and the things I brought in grew, I decided I needed this in my life, and it definitely comes in handy if you had suede items, just to kind of clean them up and make them look more presentable. A steamer. I don't know why I waited so long on this one. I am so glad I have a steamer in my life. I didn't for a long time, but it's definitely come in handy for those delicate items, just to get the wrinkles out, something that you don't want to wash, something that comes in that says dry, keep clean only, but you want to, you know, kind of spruce it up, take the wrinkles out, make it fresher, more clean. I definitely think a steamer comes in handy, and I use it all the time now. The one I use is the brand Buterol. Hope I'm saying that right. It's a 120 watt handheld steamer for clothes, 30 seconds to heat up, super easy. You just fill a little bottom container with water and you can get to steaming. I don't even know if you can see me anymore, but you definitely don't want to see me in this bright light, so it is what it is. This next one I don't think is necessary. I actually didn't buy it for the purpose of reselling. I purchased it when I was selling for the clothing company that I worked for prior to reselling. However, it has come in handy for certain things. Now, most of my photos I hang up on a slanted board. I believe I have a video of that up on my channel if you want to see it, but sometimes the slanted board just doesn't do it justice. Dresses specifically, so sometimes I will put them on a mannequin. I really like this mannequin. It is the brand Homcom female dress mannequin, and yeah, it's just basically a white mannequin, and it works out well. Clothing hangers. Now I do store a lot of my items in bins, which I find very convenient and saves on space. However, some items just are too big to fit in a bin and I need to hang them up. I really love velvet hangers because they cling to the clothing, so they're not slipping off the hangers. These ones here are from Amazon Basics, velvet suit hangers, 50-pack, super affordable. I've also gotten them at Costco, but they are definitely my preference. Some of these items here I'm going to be skipping over because I don't necessarily think they're for everyone, but I do use post-it notes on the daily. I also use postcards, like blank postcards. When I'm doing my inventory, I put them in the bag. I do have Ziploc bags. I find they come in handy. However, I don't use them very often. I often use tissue paper, which I believe I'll be talking about next. And then stuff like tape. I use tape all the time, just like office tape. I'll often tape once I package it down in the basement, I'll tape the name of it to the bag. So when I go up to my computer, I know which item it is I need to print the label out for, and I'm not mixing up packages that way. Tissue paper, like I said, I do package most of my items with tissue paper. It's not a requirement. It's just a little something extra that I do for my packages. This one here is an Amazon's Choice, so it's a really good bundle. It's the Naylor 200-piece tissue paper sheets. However, I also have purchased tissue paper whenever I'm at the dollar store because I find that very economical as well. Goo Gone, definitely a recommendation of mine, specifically for getting things like sticky price tags off. If you're selling anything that came with like a clearance tag and you're trying to get it off and it's leaving that sticky residue behind, Goo Gone works awesome. Also, some of the places I shop at actually write the prices of the shoes on the bottom of the shoes, and it's difficult to get off. So I'll either use Goo Gone or alcohol, depending on what product is on the bottom of the shoes, to get that off. Sweater shavers. I cannot recommend these enough, especially for sweaters, obviously. Anything that has pilling on it that you want to clean up instead of sitting there and kind of picking at it, the sweater shaver definitely saves your time, saves your life. I have a few of them that I use. This one is the Gleaner on-the-go travel fabric shaver and lint remover. So one side does have a lint remover on it, although I have the lint rolls too, which I think are on this list. But this one is for like thicker sweaters. I find it works better for that. It has a few different settings. I'm just gonna see here if I can pull up the other. Here's the other sweater shaver that I use that I really love. This one's an electric one. It's the AW Union fabric shaver and lint remover, and I find this one is good for fabric that's not as thick that you might be concerned about accidentally ripping with like a more heavy duty lint shaver like the first one I showed you, and it's just quick and easy to use. Lint brushes. Oh my goodness, I sell so much Lululemon and the fabric of the leggings just attracts everything. So I use lint brushes all the time. These are the Scotch-Brite lint rollers in a 2-pack. I've also tried, I wish I remember the name of it right now, but there are lint brushes out there that are kind of like freshly scented, and I quite enjoy those as well. They're not overly scented because I know a lot of people have scent issues, but they just kind of add a little tiny hint of freshness, and I like those ones too. Okay, poly mailers. I've been purchasing poly mailers since I started selling in general years ago from Amazon. I always purchase my poly mailers from Amazon, kind of flips and flops based on what's currently on sale, what deals are good out there. The ones I have here are the Fun Lamb brand 110 by 13 poly mailers. I also use the larger size. That's a pretty standard size. I also use larger ones for items, bigger items obviously, but I also try and reuse packaging. So whenever I get orders in the mail in boxes, I definitely try and use whatever just comes in and I already have for free, but I do keep a lot of poly mailers on hand. Speaking of boxes, tape for taping boxes. This is the Tape King clear packing tape. I also have a roller that it sits on, and I can just easily tape up boxes. If you're going to be using boxes to ship, I think this definitely is going to save you a lot of time and hassle. And last thing I have on here is my lighting kit. I don't think this is exactly the lighting kit that I purchased because I purchased it years ago, but it's very similar. This is the Geekoto store softbox lighting kit, video softbox, photo softbox. It's got a very long name. But basically, it's 2 large light boxes with the light bulbs inside. And then I also have an overhead one as well, but again, not necessary. But I know I've had some people asking me what I use for lighting, and this is very similar to the lighting kit that I use. But if you're not doing this, full time, if it's just side hobby of yours, just use natural light. Works just as well. So yeah, those were the main products that I used for reselling. Like I said, I am going to be adding stuff for Amazon and Walmart listings because those are a little bit different. Thank you for bearing with me through the crazy letting that we have going on right now. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out on Instagram. I've linked everything linked down below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!